What if there were a way to strengthen your mind every single day, just as you would strengthen your body at the gym? Imagine waking up each morning with a clear sense of purpose, navigating life's challenges with calm and resilience, and ending the day with the satisfaction of knowing you lived with intention. This is not some distant ideal, it is the practical wisdom of Stoicism, a philosophy that has guided some of history's greatest minds for over 2,000 years. Beyond dry theory, Stoicism offers actionable principles to help you face modern-day hurdles, from managing stress and uncertainty to building unshakable inner peace. In this video, we'll uncover 20 transformative Stoic exercises that you can easily weave into your daily life. These are powerful yet simple practices designed to bring more clarity, discipline, and strength to your mind. Whether you're navigating a tough decision, seeking balance in chaos, or striving to live with more meaning, these timeless lessons will guide you. Rooted in ancient wisdom but bursting with relevance for today, these exercises are tools to empower you to live better, no matter what life throws your way. Now turning to the first exercise, we begin with morning reflection, a cornerstone practice in Stoic philosophy that sets the tone for the entire day. Ancient Stoics like Marcus Aurelius believed in starting each morning with purposeful thought. This was not just a routine, but a deliberate act to prepare the mind for whatever the day may bring. Imagine giving yourself 5 to 10 minutes each morning to sit quietly and visualize your upcoming day. What challenges might you encounter? How can you respond to them with patience, kindness, or courage? This moment is not about worrying, but about calmly preparing to act virtuously, no matter the circumstances. A practical way to start is through journaling. You might ask yourself, what is my main focus today? Or how can I act in alignment with my values? Alternatively, you can spend this time in quiet visualization, mentally stepping through your commitments and considering how to handle them with grace and wisdom. By integrating this habit, you transition from being reactive to proactive, entering each day with clarity and purpose. Moving forward to the second exercise, we explore the practice of negative visualization, known in Stoic philosophy as premeditatio malorum, which means the premeditation of evils. This exercise might initially seem counterintuitive, but its purpose is powerful. It trains the mind to remain steady in the face of potential challenges by imagining them in advance. Picture yourself briefly considering situations that could disrupt your life, such as losing a job, having a conflict with a loved one, or even misplacing a cherished possession. Instead of dwelling on these thoughts with dread, use them as an opportunity to prepare mentally. Ask yourself, if this were to happen, how would I handle it with grace and resilience? By rehearsing your response to life's uncertainties, you build emotional strength and reduce the fear of the unknown. However, it is essential to approach this exercise with balance. The goal is not to become pessimistic or expect the worst, but to face possibilities with clarity and composure. One practical way to practice this is through journaling. For example, write down a potential challenge and reflect on how you can respond with patience, courage, and acceptance should it occur. By doing this, you can cultivate gratitude for what you have and develop an inner calm that helps you navigate life's ups and downs with greater stability. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we arrive at the third exercise, mindful consumption. This Stoic practice revolves around the principle of moderation, encouraging us to approach what we consume, be it food, media, or material possessions, with intention and restraint. The ancient Stoic philosopher Seneca often emphasized the value of simplicity, warning against the dangers of overindulgence and excess. In a world where temptations are abundant, mindful consumption serves as a reminder to focus on what truly nourishes the body and mind while avoiding distractions that can cloud our judgment and inner peace. To put this into practice, start by bringing awareness to your meals. Before eating, take a moment to reflect on the effort it took to bring the food to your plate and express gratitude. not only for the nourishment but also for the opportunity to share in this simple yet profound experience. Apply the same mindfulness to your media habits by setting boundaries for screen time or curating the content you consume to align with your values. For example, consider limiting exposure to negative news or mindless scrolling, replacing it with activities that uplift and educate you. Similarly, when it comes to purchases, ask yourself, does this add value to my life, or am I seeking temporary comfort or distraction? By practicing these small but impactful steps, mindful consumption helps enhance mental clarity, fosters gratitude, and supports a more balanced and fulfilling lifestyle. In a culture that often equates more with better, embracing simplicity, as Seneca taught, can lead to profound well-being and a stronger sense of purpose. As the next challenge unfolds, we delve into the fourth exercise, the Art of Assent. This Stoic concept emphasizes the power of controlling our judgments about events, rooted in the teachings of the philosopher Epictetus. He famously reminded us that it is not the events themselves that disturb us, but rather our interpretations of them. This distinction is profound because it places control over our emotions and reactions squarely in our own hands. To begin practicing the Art of Assent, start by noticing your immediate reactions to situations. For instance, if you receive a frustrating email, instead of reacting impulsively, take a moment to pause and evaluate your interpretation. Ask yourself, am I assuming the worst, or is there another way to view this message? By stepping back, you create space to choose a measured response rather than letting emotions dictate your actions. Similarly, think about how you handle delays or inconveniences, such as being stuck in traffic. Instead of giving in to anger or stress, remind yourself that the traffic is beyond your control, but your perspective is not. Could this time be used to reflect, listen to something uplifting, or simply practice patience? These small but conscious pauses help break the cycle of automatic reactions, allowing you to assess whether an impression deserves your assent. Over time, this practice builds a sense of inner calm and resilience as you learn to focus only on what genuinely matters and let go of what does not. The Art of Assent is not about suppressing feelings, but about reclaiming the ability to judge events accurately and respond with intention. In a world filled with constant challenges, mastering this practice empowers you to navigate life with clarity and strength. As the next phase of our journey comes into focus, we explore the profound practice of Memento Mori, which translates to remember you must die. At first glance, this might seem like a grim exercise, but in fact, it is one of the most empowering principles in Stoicism. By embracing the reality of our mortality, we are reminded to truly value the time we have and to live each day with purpose. How can we integrate this practice into our daily routines? Start by reflecting on the impermanence of life and the limited time we share with loved ones. Consider small moments like pausing during a conversation to appreciate that this interaction, no matter how ordinary it seems, is a fleeting gift. You might also place gentle reminders in your environment, such as an hourglass, a meaningful quote, or even a daily journal prompt that asks, "If today were my last, how would I spend it?" These cues do not promote fear, but instead inspire gratitude and focus, encouraging you to shed distractions and prioritize what truly matters. Another practical step is to set aside a few minutes each day to meditate on life's fragility. Close your eyes and visualize the cycle of life, how even the longest journeys eventually come to an end. This reflection, far from morbid, reinforces the Stoic idea that death is not to be feared but accepted as a natural part of existence. It sharpens our awareness of the present moment, urging us to make choices aligned with our values. Through the practice of Memento Mori, we find not despair, but a deep and unshakable motivation to live fully, love deeply, and act with clarity. This ancient principle, though sobering, holds the key to unlocking a life of profound meaning and intention. With the next phase of the journey in sight, let us delve into the transformative practice of voluntary discomfort. At its core, this exercise challenges us to intentionally step outside our comfort zones, a concept deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believed that by exposing ourselves to manageable hardships, we could build resilience, sharpen our character, and better prepare for the inevitable adversities of life. So how can you apply this principle in your daily routine? Start small. Consider taking a cold shower to experience physical discomfort while simultaneously cultivating mental fortitude. Each moment under that cold stream is an exercise in controlling your reactions and embracing the present, no matter how uncomfortable it feels. Another example is fasting, skipping a meal to remind yourself that contentment does not depend on constant indulgence. This simple act not only strengthens your discipline but also helps you appreciate the abundance you already have. Or try choosing to walk short distances instead of driving. It might seem inconvenient, but these little decisions train your mind to forego ease and embrace effort, which pays off in increased mental toughness. These practices might not seem life-changing at first glance, yet their cumulative effect is profound. By introducing voluntary discomfort into your life, you gradually reduce dependency on luxury, cultivate gratitude for the comfort you do have, and most importantly, develop the inner strength to face life's larger challenges with composure. This practice also ties seamlessly into modern self-improvement trends like resilience training, which focus on fortifying the mind and body against stress. Whether it is as simple as taking the stairs instead of an elevator or as bold as leaving your phone behind for a day, voluntary discomfort is not about punishing yourself, it is about growth. Each time you step deliberately into discomfort, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you thought. And with that, you carry forward the Stoic lesson that through discipline and intentional hardship, we find freedom and strength. As the next challenge unfolds, let us explore the profound practice of gratitude, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy that reminds us to treasure even the smallest blessings in life. The Stoics, particularly Marcus Aurelius, emphasized the importance of regularly expressing thankfulness, not only for the grand moments but also for the simple joys that often go unnoticed. This exercise begins with a conscious effort to identify 3 things you're grateful for each day. You can write these down in a journal or reflect on them silently during a quiet moment. These can be as simple as appreciating the warmth of the sun on your face during a chilly morning, the smile of a loved one, or the ability to breathe freely and move without pain. By focusing on these daily gifts, you train your mind to notice and cherish life's abundance, even in the face of challenges. Marcus Aurelius himself practiced this habit, often reminding himself in his meditations to be grateful for the opportunities to learn from adversity, for the people who shaped his journey, and for the beauty in nature that surrounded him. Consider reading a passage from his writings each morning or evening, not only as inspiration but also as a guide for your own reflections. This practice of gratitude fosters a positive mindset, one that finds light even in the darkest moments. When faced with frustration, disappointment, or hardship, the act of redirecting your thoughts to what you can be thankful for creates a powerful shift in perspective. Over time, you will notice how this simple exercise transforms your outlook, making you more resilient, content, and mindful of the gifts present in every moment. And as you build this habit, you embody the Stoic lesson that gratitude is not just a fleeting feeling. It is a deliberate choice, a cultivated state of mind that enriches your life in ways beyond measure. Moving forward, we arrive at one of the most foundational teachings of Stoicism, the dichotomy of control. This principle encourages us to focus only on what is within our control while relinquishing concern over what lies beyond it. The Stoics believed that many of life's frustrations stem from our attempts to control the uncontrollable, leading to unnecessary stress and disappointment. To apply this concept in your daily routine, start by mentally dividing situations into 2 categories, those you can control and those you cannot. For example, in an argument, you cannot control the emotions or reactions of the other person, but you absolutely can control your own tone, words, and composure. By keeping your focus on your own behavior, you maintain dignity and stay aligned with your values regardless of the outcome. Another practical exercise is to create a simple list at the start or end of each day. On one side, write down things within your control, such as your actions, choices, and efforts. On the other side, list things outside your control, like the opinions of others, unexpected setbacks, or the weather. Reflect on your lists regularly to train your mind to distinguish between these two realms. This habit not only reduces anxiety, but also nurtures a calmer, more focused perspective on life's challenges. Imagine being stuck in traffic. Instead of feeling frustrated about the delay, use this moment to practice patience or enjoy a podcast. These are actions within your control, whereas the traffic itself is not. Over time, you will find that living by this principle helps you navigate situations with greater clarity and peace of mind. The dichotomy of control serves as a daily reminder to channel your energy toward what truly matters, your own thoughts, actions, and mindset, while letting go of what you cannot change. Through this practice, you'll cultivate the resilience to face life's uncertainties with grace and wisdom. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we turn to the deeply reflective practice of evening self-review, a cornerstone of Stoic daily routine championed by thinkers like Seneca. This exercise invites you to take a few moments at the end of each day to pause and look inward. By dedicating just 5 to 10 minutes to this practice, you create a powerful habit of self-awareness and growth. Start by finding a quiet space where you can reflect without distractions. The goal is to examine your actions throughout the day with honesty and clarity, not judgment. Ask yourself questions like, did I act according to my values today? Were there moments where I let emotions cloud my decisions? Or what can I do better tomorrow? These prompts encourage introspection and help you identify patterns that either align with or stray from your principles. For those new to this practice, journaling can be incredibly helpful. Write down one thing you did well, one area where you could improve, and one intention for the next day. For example, maybe you showed patience in a difficult conversation. That is a win to celebrate. Perhaps there was a moment when frustration led you to speak harshly. Acknowledge it and think about how you could respond differently next time. By recording these reflections, you create a tangible record of your journey towards self-improvement. Over time, you may begin to notice recurring themes which can provide deep insights into your behavior and mindset. Evening reflection is not about dwelling on mistakes, but rather learning from them. It is a way to close each day with intention, setting the stage for a better tomorrow. By cultivating this habit, you will find yourself more grounded, deliberate, and aligned with the values that matter most to you. With the next phase of the journey in sight, let us explore the profound Stoic practice of amor fati, which translates to love of fate. This principle invites us to not only accept but embrace everything that happens, even the challenges and hardships. Epictetus taught that we should meet life's events with the mindset that they are meant for us, while Marcus Aurelius emphasized that obstacles are often opportunities in disguise. Imagine losing a job. It is undeniably tough, but through the lens of amor fati, this setback can become an opening to discover a new career path, develop untapped skills, or reassess what truly matters. Rather than resisting or resenting what occurs, strive to see it as a necessary part of your growth. One actionable technique to practice this is reframing negative events. When something goes wrong, pause and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Or how can this experience serve me? For example, if you face rejection, consider how it builds resilience or redirects you toward a better opportunity. Another approach is to journal about a difficulty you recently encountered and identify silver linings or hidden benefits within it. This shift in perspective does not come naturally at first, but with time, it can transform how you engage with life's unpredictability. By embracing the Stoic idea of loving your fate, you empower yourself to turn every situation into a stepping stone toward a more meaningful and fulfilled life. Moving forward, let us delve into the vital Stoic practice of presence, being fully immersed in the moment before you. The Stoics believed that life unfolds in the present, and by anchoring ourselves here, we access clarity and peace. Epictetus reminded us that man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems. This thought underscores how much of our distress stems from dwelling on the past or worrying about the future rather than engaging with the here and now. In today's world, modern mindfulness practices align seamlessly with this Stoic teaching. One simple yet powerful exercise is to focus on your breath. Whenever you feel overwhelmed or distracted, take a few moments to inhale slowly, hold for a few seconds, and then exhale fully. This creates a mental pause and pulls your attention back to the present moment. Another way to practice presence is by giving your full attention in conversations. Imagine how often we only half listen while planning our response or thinking about unrelated matters. The next time you speak with someone, set the intention to listen without interrupting, truly absorbing their words and emotions. Similarly, try concentrating on one single task at a time. Multitasking often scatters our focus, while dedicating ourselves fully to a single activity helps us perform with greater purpose and satisfaction. To build this habit, use physical reminders like sticky notes with phrases such as "be here now," or set alarms on your phone that prompt you to check in with your present state. Over time, these small acts cultivate a profound sense of mindfulness. By practicing presence, you not only honor Stoic wisdom, but also enrich your everyday interactions and experiences, making each moment more meaningful and complete. Now turning to the next profound Stoic exercise, let us explore the cultivation of virtues, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. The Stoics placed immense value on four core virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, believing that a life well lived is guided by the consistent practice of these principles. Wisdom involves making thoughtful decisions and seeking knowledge to better understand ourselves and the world around us. A simple way to start is by reflecting on your choices each day. Ask yourself, did I act wisely today? Were my decisions guided by reason and understanding or by impulse and emotion? Courage, on the other hand, challenges us to act rightly in the face of fear or adversity. This could mean speaking up against injustice, even when it feels uncomfortable, or taking responsibility for your actions when it is easier to shift the blame. Justice calls us to treat others fairly and act in ways that contribute to the common good. You can embody this by making decisions based on fairness, whether it is sharing credit at work or standing up for someone who may be overlooked. Lastly, temperance is about practicing moderation and self-control. This could mean resisting the urge to overindulge in food, limiting your time on social media, or controlling your reactions during heated moments. To integrate these virtues into daily life, set an intention each morning to focus on one of them. For example, decide that today you will be mindful of practicing justice and look for opportunities to be fair and equitable in all your dealings. At the end of the day, reflect on how you demonstrated or fell short of that virtue and what you learned from it. By consistently working on these four virtues, you align your actions with Stoic principles, fostering a life of integrity, balance, and purpose. Moving forward, we delve into the practice of detachment, a fundamental exercise in Stoicism that invites us to let go of our attachment to material possessions and specific outcomes. The Stoics believed that true peace comes not from clinging to external things, but from cultivating inner resilience and freedom. Consider how often we tie our happiness to possessions or achievements, whether it is a new phone, a promotion at work, or the approval of others. While these things can bring temporary satisfaction, they often leave us vulnerable to disappointment when they fade or fail to meet our expectations. Practicing detachment does not mean abandoning all belongings or ambitions, but rather shifting your perspective to see these things for what they truly are, impermanent and beyond your ultimate control. A simple way to begin this practice is by setting aside a day to live without a particular luxury or convenience you rely on, like your smartphone or favorite streaming service. Notice how it feels to go without it and reflect on whether you really need it as much as you may have thought. Another exercise is to take a moment to consider the impermanence of your belongings. Look around and remind yourself that every item you own is temporary and could be lost or broken, yet your inner peace does not have to depend on their presence. Detachment also applies to outcomes. For example, when working on a project, focus on giving your best effort rather than obsessing over whether it will be praised or criticized. By practicing detachment in these small but meaningful ways, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and anxiety, embracing a life rooted in stability and calm no matter what external circumstances arise. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we explore the practice of deliberate kindness, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy that underscores the power of treating others with compassion and respect, regardless of how they treat us. The Stoics believed that kindness is not just a response to favorable circumstances, but a reflection of our inner character. Marcus Aurelius wrote about showing goodwill even to those who wrong us, reminding us that their actions stem from their own struggles and ignorance. Imagine encountering someone who is rude or dismissive. Instead of reacting with anger or frustration, consider this as an opportunity to practice patience and empathy, understanding that their behavior may reflect their personal challenges rather than anything about you. To incorporate deliberate kindness into your own life, start with small, meaningful acts. Offer a genuine compliment to a colleague, hold the door open for a stranger, or simply greet someone with a warm smile. These gestures may seem minor, but their impact can be profound, both for the recipient and for fostering your own sense of fulfillment and connection. Another exercise is to make a habit of forgiving those who have hurt you, not for their sake, but for your own peace of mind. Reflect on the Stoic principle that we cannot control others' actions, only our responses to them, and choose to let go of resentment. In practicing deliberate kindness, you align yourself with the Stoic ideal of maintaining virtue in the face of adversity, transforming everyday interactions into opportunities for growth and goodwill. Moving forward, we delve into the practice of avoiding complaints, a discipline that Stoics considered essential for maintaining composure and fostering a resilient mindset. The philosophy teaches us that complaining not only amplifies negative emotions but also shifts our focus away from solutions. Instead of dwelling on problems, the Stoics encourage us to approach challenges with a sense of purpose and action. Imagine facing a traffic jam. Instead of grumbling about the delay, use the moment to practice patience, perhaps reflecting on things you are grateful for or planning how to make the most of your day once you arrive. By reframing the situation, you transform frustration into an opportunity for growth. To incorporate this practice into your daily routine, consider starting with a no-complaining challenge, committing to a day or even a week where you consciously refrain from voicing complaints. When you catch yourself about to complain, pause and redirect your thoughts toward gratitude or problem solving. For instance, if a task at work feels overwhelming, instead of lamenting its difficulty, break it into smaller, manageable steps and focus on completing each one effectively. This shift not only helps you stay productive but also reinforces a positive outlook. Remember, avoiding complaints does not mean ignoring difficulties or accepting unjust situations. It means choosing to respond to them constructively and with grace. By cultivating this mindset, you align with the Stoic principle of working within your sphere of control and embodying composure and clarity in the face of life's challenges. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we delve into the practice of simplicity, a value deeply admired by the Stoics. At its core, simplicity is about stripping away the unnecessary to make room for what truly matters. The Stoics believed that by reducing the clutter in our lives, whether physical, mental, or emotional, we gain clarity and focus. Seneca often reminded us that wealth is not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. To start practicing simplicity, consider decluttering your living space. Take some time to go through your belongings and ask yourself which items truly add value to your life. You might find that letting go of what you no longer need feels liberating, creating not just physical space but also mental calm. Beyond physical possessions, simplicity can mean reducing commitments. Evaluate how you spend your time and energy. Are there activities or obligations that no longer align with your priorities? By saying no to what does not serve your purpose, you create room for meaningful pursuits. Another area to simplify is your meals. Instead of chasing elaborate recipes or indulging in excessive variety, focus on eating mindfully and appreciating the nourishment provided by simple, wholesome foods. This not only fosters gratitude but also aligns with the Stoic emphasis on moderation. Embracing simplicity does not mean living in deprivation, but rather making intentional choices that reflect your values. By prioritizing what holds true importance, you free yourself from distractions and find greater peace and purpose. As you integrate this practice into your daily life, remember that simplicity is not achieved overnight. It is a journey of consistent, thoughtful decisions. As the next challenge unfolds, we arrive at the transformative practice of forgiveness, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy centered on letting go of resentment and extending grace to others. The Stoics taught that harboring grudges only binds us to emotional turmoil, preventing the tranquility and clarity that come from a liberated mind. They understood that all humans are fallible, prone to errors and imperfections. When we interpret others' actions through this lens, it becomes easier to release bitterness and embrace understanding. To begin practicing forgiveness, consider reframing grudges by reflecting on the shared human condition. Ask yourself, have I not at some point made similar mistakes or acted out of ignorance? This simple shift in perspective fosters empathy, making it easier to view others with compassion rather than anger. Another powerful exercise is writing a letter of forgiveness. Even if you never send it, putting your thoughts on paper can help you process and release lingering feelings of resentment. Write about the hurt, but also acknowledge the lessons you have learned from the experience and express your intention to let go. If you find yourself in the heat of conflict, practice empathy. Pause and attempt to understand the other person's perspective. What might have motivated their actions? Often, stepping into their shoes reveals factors we failed to acknowledge, softening our initial judgment. Remember, forgiveness does not mean condoning harmful behavior. Rather, it is a gift to yourself, freeing you from the weight of anger and allowing you to move forward unburdened. As you weave forgiveness into your daily life, you may notice a growing sense of inner peace and strength. This is a practice that transforms not only how you relate to others, but also how you relate to yourself. With forgiveness as part of your toolkit, your journey toward a more stoic life takes on a greater sense of harmony and connection. Moving forward, we delve into the empowering practice of setting daily intentions, a simple yet profound way to anchor your mind and guide your actions. The Stoics believed that clarity of purpose each day helps align our behavior with our core values, ensuring that we live intentionally rather than reactively. To begin this practice, take a moment at the start of each day to reflect on a single virtue you wish to embody. Perhaps today you choose patience, committing to remain calm and understanding in every interaction. Or maybe you focus on courage, resolving to face a difficult task or conversation with honesty and strength. Once you have selected your virtue, articulate a clear and actionable intention, such as, "Today, I will approach challenges with patience and composure," or "I will respond to situations with kindness and understanding." Writing this intention down can serve as a powerful reminder throughout the day, helping you stay centered when distractions or frustrations arise. To deepen this exercise, consider pairing it with brief moments of mindfulness or reflection. Spend just 2 minutes visualizing how you will apply this virtue in specific circumstances you are likely to encounter. Imagine yourself staying calm amidst a busy workplace or addressing a conflict with kindness instead of frustration. By mentally rehearsing these situations, you prepare your mind to act in alignment with your chosen intention. Over time, setting daily intentions becomes a habitual practice, fostering a greater sense of control over your actions and decisions. It not only shapes your day ahead but also strengthens your character, ensuring steady progress toward a more stoic way of living. As you integrate this practice, you may find it not only clarifies your priorities but also infuses a sense of purpose into even the smallest of tasks. With each intention you set, you are training yourself to live with integrity, mindfulness, and grace. Now, with this steady foundation in place, let us explore another vital exercise that helps cultivate discipline and restraint in everyday life. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we turn to the vital Stoic exercise of practicing self-restraint, an essential discipline that empowers us to master our impulses and make thoughtful choices. At its core, self-restraint is about pausing, reflecting, and deciding before acting or speaking, ensuring our behavior aligns with our values rather than fleeting emotions. Imagine a moment of frustration, perhaps during a heated discussion or after receiving an unpleasant comment. The immediate urge might be to lash out or snap back, but here is where the Stoic practice of restraint comes into play. Instead of reacting hastily, take a deep breath and mentally count to 5. This brief pause creates the space needed to evaluate the situation and choose a response grounded in wisdom and composure. By consciously delaying your reaction, you reclaim control over your emotions, allowing reason rather than anger to guide your actions. Another practical way to cultivate self-restraint is by practicing patience during small, everyday moments. For instance, when faced with a long line at the grocery store or a delay in traffic, resist the urge to grumble or fume. Use the opportunity to practice acceptance and gratitude, appreciating the extra time to reflect or simply observe your surroundings. Similarly, exercising restraint in decisions can have a profound impact on your habits and well-being. Before making a purchase, especially for something non-essential, pause and challenge yourself to wait a full day. Ask yourself whether this is something you truly need or if the desire stems from a temporary craving. Over time, this practice can help you distinguish between what adds genuine value to your life and what is merely a fleeting one. Restraint also applies to the way we communicate. Pause before offering criticism or unsolicited advice, and ask yourself whether your words will contribute to the situation positively or if silence might be the wiser choice. Practicing restraint in speech ensures that our words are purposeful, kind, and aligned with the values we strive to uphold. Each time you exercise self-restraint, you strengthen your ability to rise above momentary impulses and act with intention. It is a skill that not only benefits your personal growth but also enhances your relationships and interactions, fostering respect and understanding. By committing to this exercise, you are training yourself to navigate life's challenges with grace and composure. As we reflect on the transformative power of self-restraint, let us now move toward the next Stoic practice that emphasizes contributing to the greater good of the community. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we delve into the timeless Stoic exercise of engaging in community service, a practice rooted in the belief that contributing to the greater good is central to living a virtuous life. The Stoics emphasize that we are all interconnected, part of a larger community, and our actions should reflect a commitment to justice and kindness. Engaging in acts of service, no matter how small, is a profound way to honor this principle and cultivate a sense of purpose and connection. Start with simple, actionable steps. Perhaps you can volunteer a few hours at a local shelter, offering your time and effort to support those in need. If time is limited, even helping a neighbor with a small task like carrying groceries or offering to babysit can make a meaningful impact. These everyday acts are opportunities to extend kindness and contribute positively to the lives of others. Another way to practice community service is by participating in cleanup efforts in your neighborhood or local parks. Not only does this improve the environment, but it also fosters a shared sense of responsibility and pride in your community. Similarly, donating clothes, books, or other resources you no longer need to organizations that distribute them to those less fortunate can be a simple yet powerful gesture. Engaging in these purposeful acts not only benefits others but also enriches your own life. You might find that by focusing on someone else's well-being, your own challenges feel more manageable and your perspective broadens. Community service invites us to step out of our self-focused concerns and connect with the world around us, demonstrating the Stoic values of compassion and justice in action. Each time you contribute to the greater good, you remind yourself and others that progress is possible through unity and care. As a Stoic practice, community service is not just about giving, it is about understanding our shared humanity and embracing the opportunity to live in alignment with our highest principles. Through these acts, you embody the essence of Stoic wisdom, fostering both individual growth and collective well-being. As the next challenge unfolds, let us revisit and deepen the practice of morning reflection, an exercise that sets the tone for a day guided by intention and virtue. To elevate this routine, consider pairing your reflection time with inspirational Stoic readings or mantras. For instance, you might start the morning by reading a short passage from Marcus Aurelius's Meditations or Epictetus's Discourses, allowing their timeless guidance to shape your thoughts and actions for the day. Reflect on phrases like, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." And think about how you can embody such wisdom in your daily encounters. Another powerful technique is to incorporate mantras grounded in Stoic principles. A mantra like, "I will focus on what I can control and let go of the rest," can serve as both a grounding statement and a guiding light as you navigate potential challenges throughout the day. Repeating this mantra quietly to yourself can help cement Stoic ideals in your mindset. If you find yourself struggling with resistance to build this habit, start small. Dedicate just 1 or 2 minutes initially to focus on your breathing, clear your mind, and set a simple goal for the day ahead, such as, "Today, I will practice patience in every situation." Gradually extend the time you spend reflecting as the habit becomes more natural and rewarding. To ensure consistency, create a designated space for your morning reflections, free from distractions where you can concentrate fully. It might be a corner of your room with a journal and your favorite Stoic texts within reach. Speaking of journaling, using a specific journal or even an app tailored for morning reflections can enhance your experience. Write down your intentions, your thoughts on the Stoic passage you read, or a list of virtues you aim to uphold throughout the day. This not only reinforces the practice but also offers a record of your growth over time, helping you track patterns and improvements. By combining advanced techniques such as reading Stoic literature, using mantras, and journaling, your morning reflection transforms into a powerful ritual. It becomes a moment to align with your most virtuous self, equipping you to face the day ahead with clarity, resilience, and purpose. As the next phase of Stoic mastery unfolds, let us delve deeper into the practice of voluntary discomfort and explore its profound psychological benefits. The Stoics believed that by intentionally stepping outside our comfort zones, we could cultivate resilience, strengthen our character, and develop a deeper appreciation for the comforts we often take for granted. This exercise is much more than enduring momentary challenges. It is about training the mind to embrace discomfort with grace and purpose. Consider the example of Musonius Rufus, a renowned Stoic philosopher, who taught his students to live simply and endure hardships as a way of fostering inner strength. He advocated sleeping on the ground or eating modest meals not out of deprivation, but to build a mindset that could withstand life's unpredictability. Similarly, modern applications of this principle might include practices like taking cold showers. While uncomfortable at first, these moments train you to confront and control the initial shock, an invaluable skill that extends to emotional and mental resilience. Another way to explore voluntary discomfort is by fasting for a set period, which not only strengthens willpower but also shifts your perception of abundance once you return to eating mindfully. You might also take a break from conveniences like using your car for short distances and opt for walking or biking instead. These simple acts challenge you in small yet meaningful ways, building grit over time. To gradually increase the impact of these practices, consider layering challenges as your tolerance grows. For instance, extend the duration of your fast, immerse yourself in colder water during showers, or test your boundaries with longer walks or hikes. The key is to approach these exercises with mindfulness and intention, viewing them as opportunities to grow rather than mere acts of suffering. By doing so, you are not only toughening your body and mind, but also developing gratitude for the ordinary comforts of life. Each challenge you embrace becomes a stepping stone toward a more resilient, grounded version of yourself, proving that discomfort is not something to dread but to welcome as a teacher. With this deepened understanding of voluntary discomfort, let us journey forward to discover yet another transformative Stoic practice. With the next phase of the journey in sight, let us dive into the advanced practice of the dichotomy of control, a cornerstone principle in Stoic philosophy. At its core, this practice invites us to focus our energy solely on what is within our power while letting go of what lies beyond our control. To elevate this to an advanced level, we turn to cultivating acceptance through meditation. Begin by finding a quiet space and taking a few deep breaths. As you exhale, visualize releasing anything that is outside of your influence, a missed train, someone's hurtful words, or an unexpected outcome at work. With each breath, bring your focus back to the things you can control, like your reactions, your attitude, and your efforts. This simple yet profound exercise helps foster clarity and calm, even in the most chaotic situations. Consider the real-life example of Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor who demonstrated this principle under unimaginable circumstances. Despite being in a concentration camp, Frankl realized that while he had no control over his environment, he had complete control over how he responded to it. By focusing on preserving his inner dignity and purpose, he found strength in the face of profound adversity. His story illustrates the transformative power of embracing what you can influence and releasing what is beyond your grasp. Another advanced technique involves visualization. Picture yourself in a high-stress scenario, such as presenting an important project at work. Imagine various outcomes, your ideas being praised, receiving constructive criticism, or even facing disapproval. Now, mentally separate the aspects under your control, like your preparation and delivery, from those you cannot dictate, like someone else's reaction. Visualizing this distinction in advance can prepare your mind to stay composed and focused, no matter the outcome. To take this practice further, create a mental or written inventory each day. Divide your concerns into two lists, one for things you can control and another for things you cannot. This small exercise sharpens your ability to spot where your energy is best spent and trains your mind to release unnecessary worries. Over time, this advanced application of the dichotomy of control can lead to profound mental freedom. By consistently grounding yourself in what is within your power, you cultivate a sense of calm and resilience that withstands even the fiercest storms of life. As we step forward, let us uncover another timeless Stoic exercise to enrich our daily living. Now turning to another profound practice, let us delve deeper into the expanded version of evening reflection, a vital Stoic exercise that helps refine self-awareness and foster personal growth over time. While the basic concept revolves around reviewing your day, the advanced approach involves identifying recurring patterns in your reflections. Begin by keeping a consistent journal, recording not only your successes and areas for improvement, but also any repeated thoughts, emotions, or behaviors that emerge over days or weeks. To make this process more insightful, consider using color-coded entries. Assign one color for actions aligned with your values, another for moments where you fell short, and a third for neutral observations. This visual system allows patterns to reveal themselves at a glance, making it easier to spot trends in your actions and mindset. For instance, you might notice that moments of frustration often stem from similar triggers, like feeling rushed or misunderstood. Recognizing these patterns is the first step toward addressing them constructively. Another method to deepen your evening reflection is to incorporate recurring prompts that track your growth over time. Questions like, did I handle challenges better today than last week? Or, what small habits did I improve upon this month? Can provide a clearer picture of your progress and areas needing attention. By consistently engaging with these prompts, you develop a stronger connection to your overarching goals and values. To illustrate, consider the story of a teacher who began using evening reflections to address her stress in the classroom. By journaling each night, she noticed a recurring pattern. Her frustration peaked during lessons where she felt unprepared. This realization inspired her to dedicate a few extra minutes each morning to planning, which significantly reduced her evening stress over time. Her example shows how identifying patterns in reflections can lead to meaningful, lasting improvements in both mindset and behavior. As you continue this practice, you may find that it naturally evolves into a powerful tool for self-improvement. Tracking your growth over weeks and months gives you concrete evidence of your progress, reinforcing your commitment to living according to your Stoic values. With this advanced evening reflection practice, you not only close each day with clarity, but also plant the seeds for a wiser and more intentional tomorrow. Moving forward, let us explore another enduring Stoic principle designed to deepen our resilience and enrich our lives. Now turning to the expanded practice of amor fati, let us uncover how embracing the Stoic principle of loving one's fate can transform not only how we perceive challenges but also how we thrive through them. At its core, amor fati is about wholeheartedly accepting every event in life, both good and bad, as necessary and valuable steps in our journey. To understand its impact, consider the lives of individuals who found profound growth in adversity. For example, imagine the story of a scientist whose groundbreaking work emerged from a failed experiment. Instead of despairing, she reframed the failure as a learning opportunity, ultimately leading her to a discovery that benefited countless others. This mindset aligns perfectly with the Stoic ideal of viewing hardships not as obstacles but as essential parts of progress. To bring amor fati into your everyday life, start with a simple journaling exercise. Each evening, write about one challenging event from your day. Reflect on the potential silver linings it may hold, what lessons, strengths, or new perspectives could emerge from it. Even small moments of frustration, like being stuck in traffic, might teach patience or create opportunities for reflection. Over time, this practice trains your mind to instinctively search for value in every experience. Another powerful exercise is to visualize a scenario where hardship leads to growth. For example, if you are facing job loss, imagine it as a chance to explore a passion or build a new skill that ultimately leads you to a more fulfilling career. This kind of projection not only reduces fear but also helps you embrace life's uncertainties with confidence. By actively practicing amor fati, you cultivate resilience and gratitude, turning life's challenges into catalysts for growth. As you integrate this principle, you may find that adversity no longer feels like a punishment but rather a stepping stone toward a richer, more meaningful existence. Moving forward, let us explore how staying present in the moment, another vital Stoic practice, can help us navigate the distractions of modern life with clarity and purpose. Now turning to the expanded practice of staying present, let us uncover how practicing presence in modern life can transform the way we navigate our daily routines. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Smartphones, emails, and constant notifications pull our attention in countless directions, often leaving us feeling scattered and overwhelmed. The Stoics, despite living in a very different era, understood the importance of being fully present. They taught that true power lies in focusing on the moment at hand rather than being consumed by past regrets or future worries. To make this principle your own, start by creating small, intentional moments throughout your day where you bring your full attention to the present. For instance, set aside specific times when you put away your phone and engage fully with what you're doing, whether it's enjoying a meal, having a conversation, or even walking outside. Creating tech-free zones in your home, like the dining area or bedroom, can also help you carve out space for mindful living. Another practical exercise is to pair mindfulness with a simple task. For example, the next time you find yourself washing dishes or folding laundry, focus on the sensations, movements, and sounds involved in the process. Notice the temperature of the water, the feel of the fabric, or the rhythm of your steps. By doing so, you train your mind to appreciate even the most mundane tasks as opportunities to practice presence. For those navigating stressful workdays, consider using Stoic techniques to stay centered. If you feel overwhelmed by a packed schedule or unexpected interruptions, take a brief pause to focus on your breathing. Inhale deeply, hold for a few seconds, and exhale slowly. This small act can bring your mind back to the present and restore clarity. Additionally, use reminders to anchor yourself, like a simple phrase or mantra. Repeat to yourself, "Only this moment matters," whenever you notice your mind wandering. Over time, these practices can create a sense of calm and focus, allowing you to approach life's demands with renewed purpose. As we delve deeper into Stoic teachings, let us explore how cultivating virtues can guide our actions and decisions, bringing us closer to a life of wisdom and integrity. Now turning to the next level of Stoic practice, let us delve into the expanded exercise of embodying virtues daily and explore how these timeless principles can be integrated into your modern life. At the heart of Stoic philosophy lies the cultivation of the four cardinal virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These are not abstract ideals but practical guides for living a meaningful and balanced life. To begin embodying these virtues, start each day by setting a specific intention related to one of them. For example, you could say to yourself, "Today, I will practice courage by speaking up in a meeting when I have something valuable to contribute." Or, "Today, I will focus on justice by treating everyone I encounter with fairness and respect." Setting these intentions aligns your actions with Stoic values and creates a foundation for ethical living. Journaling can also serve as a powerful tool to reflect on how well you uphold these virtues throughout the day. In the evening, take a few moments to ask yourself questions like, "Did I act with wisdom in my decisions?" Or, "Where did I fall short of temperance and how can I improve tomorrow?" Writing down your thoughts not only reinforces self-awareness but also allows you to chart your growth over time. The Stoics themselves often reflected on these principles under great pressure. Consider Marcus Aurelius, who, as an emperor, faced immense responsibilities and challenges. He consistently reminded himself to act justly and temper his emotions, even under the weight of his empire's demands. Drawing inspiration from such figures, you might try role-playing scenarios to practice these virtues in a low-stakes environment. For instance, imagine how you could respond with courage if faced with a difficult conversation, or how you can exercise temperance when tempted by overindulgence. Daily affirmations can also help you internalize these values. Repeat simple phrases to yourself, such as, "I choose wisdom over impulse," or "I focus on justice in all my decisions." These affirmations act as gentle nudges, keeping your mind aligned with Stoic principles even amidst life's chaos. By embodying virtues daily, you build a resilient moral compass that guides your actions and decisions, bringing you closer to a life of meaning and integrity. Now, as we continue on this path of self-mastery, let us uncover the practice of detaching from material possessions and outcomes to find inner peace and strength. As the next phase of the journey comes into focus, let us explore the expanded practice of forgiveness in action, a cornerstone of Stoic resilience. Forgiveness, in the Stoic sense, is not about condoning harmful actions but about freeing ourselves from the burden of resentment. One practical way to cultivate forgiveness is through empathy meditations. Take a quiet moment to sit and reflect on the person who may have wronged you. Imagine their perspective, their struggles, and the reasons behind their actions. This exercise helps humanize the situation and reminds us of the common imperfections we all share. Another powerful approach is to write about the lessons learned from a negative experience. Grab a journal and explore questions like, what has this situation taught me about patience, self-control, or understanding? Or, how can I grow from this challenge without holding on to anger? Writing allows you to shift the focus from pain to growth, transforming a grievance into an opportunity for personal development. To inspire this practice, consider the example of Nelson Mandela, who forgave those who imprisoned him for 27 years. He famously said, "Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies." By choosing forgiveness, Mandela not only healed himself but also led his nation toward reconciliation. Another example is Marcus Aurelius, who advised treating those who act unjustly with understanding, reminding us that we are all partners in wrongdoing. By reflecting on these examples, you can draw strength and motivation to let go of grudges in your own life. Practical exercises like writing a letter of forgiveness can also be transformative. While you may not send the letter, the act of articulating your feelings and releasing your anger on paper can be deeply healing. End the letter by wishing the person well, which reinforces the Stoic principle of kindness. By acting on forgiveness daily, you liberate yourself from the chains of resentment and create more space for peace, joy, and self-growth. Now, let us continue this journey of self-mastery by turning our focus to the art of setting daily intentions for a purposeful and grounded life. As we draw this journey to a close, let us reflect on the 20 Stoic exercises we have explored together, each offering practical wisdom to navigate daily life with clarity, resilience, and purpose. From beginning your morning with reflection to ending your day with gratitude and self-review, these practices are more than philosophical ideals. They are tools for personal growth and empowerment in the modern world. Consider starting with just one or two exercises that resonate most with you, such as practicing forgiveness or embracing the dichotomy of control, and gradually weaving more of these habits into your daily routine. Remember, Stoicism is not about striving for perfection but about making progress one step at a time. As Marcus Aurelius once advised, waste no more time arguing about what a good person should be. Be one, so take that first step today. Leave a comment sharing which exercise you are most excited to try, and let us know how Stoicism is shaping your life. And if you found value in this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss more insights on Stoic wisdom. Until next time, may you live with intention, courage, and peace.